What if God isn't just someone you believe in, but someone you can't escape, even in your thoughts? Because every question you ask about life, meaning, or existence eventually leads back to Him. Why does anything exist at all? The Bible begins with the most philosophical statement ever written. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Before time, space, and matter, there was a mind, not chaos. Creation began with thought, purpose, and intention. That's why everything around you, from galaxies to fingerprints, carries the mark of design. Psalm 19:1 says, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of His hands." Even before science, Scripture said the universe spoke, not with words, but with order. Science can tell us how the universe works, but it can't tell us why it exists at all. The Big Bang explains the beginning of space and time, but it doesn't explain the cause, because before time existed, there had to be something timeless. Philosopher William Lane Craig said, "Whatever begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause. And that cause must be outside of space, time, and matter, eternal, intelligent, and powerful." Science studies the code of creation. Faith reveals the coder. Even the DNA inside your cells, 3 billion precise letters, screams of intelligence. If a computer program can't write itself, how can life? Why do humans crave meaning more than survival? Why do we feel guilt when no one sees us? Why do we sense eternity even though we live inside time? Because your soul remembers something your mind can't fully explain. C.S. Lewis once said, "If I find in myself a desire which no experience in this world can satisfy, the most probable explanation is that I was made for another world. That other world is God's fingerprint inside you." He placed eternity in the human heart, and that's why nothing on earth ever feels like enough. Atheism says everything came from nothing, but nothing has never produced something. Randomness doesn't create moral law, and chance doesn't write poetry into DNA. Even your conscience is evidence. When you feel conviction, when you know right from wrong, who are you hearing inside? Your biology or your creator? Romans 2:15 says, "The law is written on their hearts." Their conscience also bears witness. So maybe the real question isn't, does God exist? Maybe it's, why do we exist, if not for Him? Every design needs a designer. Every word needs an author. Every life needs a purpose. And the ultimate proof that God exists is that He entered His own creation to show you who He is. John 1:14 says, "The Word became flesh and made His dwelling among us." You are not a random accident. You are a written story, authored by God Himself. This is Truth Plug TV, where revelation meets reason. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share.